For a moment, let's talk about footprints of the Creator. It is impossible to go through life without recognizing that someone's looking over our shoulder. And that individual looking over our shoulder is not simply a mother at a distance who is caring and following every step, even though that may be the case. The one looking over our shoulder intimately and personally, aggressively and eternally is the God of this universe. It is impossible to live without somehow recognizing that God is an absolute reality. To deny His existence is to deny the evidence at hand and His pleadings within our own hearts. Let's talk about some of the footprints of the Creator. In a previous episode, I had mentioned that Dr. Robin Collins, an eminent physicist philosopher, had calculated that in order for us to move a finger or move an eyelash or to affect anything in the balance of gravitational attraction, gravity itself throughout the universe has to be refined to 1 part in 100 million billion. That is incredible. And someone orchestrated it so that that would occur. The evolutionists have said, well, in order for a fortuitous universe where you imply that God is the Creator to have appeared, it could simply be one in a number of universes. Okay, we ask, well, tell us how many universes would be required for one to be exceptionally precise in order for living systems to function. Well, it turns out that it must be 1 in 10 to the 500th power. Yet, not a single additional universe has ever come to light. If we're talking about scientific evidence, we must deal with that which is at hand. And at hand, we have some wonderful data. For instance, the late Dr. Duane Gish called to our attention the fact that Morowitz, who was himself an eminent scholar, recognized that the probability of a single simple bacterium, now bacterium is quite complicated, but compared to other cells, it's quite simple. For a single bacterium in its chemical elements to exist, the probability is 10 to the minus 10 to the 11th. Oh, say, oh, well, that's easy. Oh, no, wait a minute. That number is 1 followed by 100 billion zeros. What he's talking about is the constituent chemical elements in their normal chemical state being brought into a state required in the chemical processes of organic material is absolutely impossible. We don't see it happening in nature. We can't make it happen in the laboratory. But these chemical elements were used by the Creator, who Himself is life. I'm talking about footprints of the Creator. Let's mention but one other footprint of the Creator. And that footprint is the human brain, with which you are logically following, listening to, and reasoning about this short episode today. Scientists have recently found that the brain's complexity is beyond anything they had imagined. The total number of synapses, those connections in a brain, roughly equal the number of stars in 1,500 Milky Way galaxies. One synapse may contain on the order of 1,000 molecular scale switches. A single human brain has more switches than all the computers and routers and internet connections on Earth. This is from the latest information gleaned from neuroscience. I'm simply saying that there are footprints that lead us to recognize that we and the entire universe were orchestrated by a Creator.